The goalkeeping department is still under scrutiny at Manchester United as many people continue to debate whether Andre Onana should keep starting games in between the sticks when ALTAY Bayindir is still on the bench. But how good is this Turkish goalkeeper who everyone is advocating to make his debut for Manchester United? Welcome to the Hotspot. My name is Webb, and in this video, if you don't know how good ALTAY Bayindir is, you're going to get a clear idea of what he's capable of. Now, we are playing a big side in Newcastle United, and obviously, you want your best goalkeeper to be in between the sticks. Right now, for Erik Ten Hag, going by his pre-match press conference from yesterday, he seems to have the full backing for Andre Onana, saying he has done more good than bad. He's the second best goalkeeper in the Premier League by stats. And he knows the errors he makes. He has got to step up because he knows the expectations from him. So Erik Ten Hag is being professional, and I love to see now that he's going out publicly and he's defending his players with facts and stats. It's a good thing because, to be honest, for us out here, people can be and judge too much. And I'm one of those who was saying that you don't scapegoat Andre Onana. That is the problem of Manchester United. But I think Andre Onana's problem, what people are calling him out for, are not because of him conceding goals. It's the nature of goals that look to be too basic for a goalkeeper at that level. So that's the concern. It's not like people are saying he's the reason we are conceding three, scoring three and conceding all three. That's not what the issue is. Not the conceding goals, but him particularly is being targeted because of the basics, failing on the basics and looking like he's still not settled. It seems he has lost a bit of confidence in between the sticks, and it's costing Manchester United in a way. But not for me that he's that bad a goalkeeper. He has just got for me to calm down. He's playing in his head. But as that is being sorted, as Erik Ten Hag continues to back him, because you can back a player like Marcus Rashford, because they are now outfield player, they will miss a chance and maybe have one like a good pass, and that could result in a goal, and everyone will be okay. That's okay. You saw what we've been doing with Antonio Dos Santos. He has been having bad game after bad game, but he had one decent game involved in 2 goals, and everyone is saying he should be starting the next game. But for a goalkeeper, any little mistake you make is a goal. It is costing the team. So it's the pressure of being a goalkeeper is bigger. More so if you're a goalkeeper playing for a team that is also not so solid, that you make it. They also don't make it so. They don't make your work so easy. So, but when let's get to ALTAY Bayindir. ALTAY Bayindir is a Turkish goalkeeper. He's 25 years of age, meaning he's just a few years younger than Andre Onana. Manchester United bought him for a mere £4.3 million from Turkish side Fenerbahce, whereas Andre Onana, and I'm trying to give you a comparison between these two. Andre Onana was bought for 47 million as one of the hottest goalkeepers in the world from Inter Milan. So the difference between the two in terms of valuation as players is different. But Onana's performance on the pitch does not exactly reflect that 47 million that was spent, given the goalkeeper he replaced, because people had high expectations. But of course, also of course, note that David De Gea was without fault because he also made a lot of errors. If we can go on YouTube and dig David De Gea's howlers, I think there would be more than Onana's. So for Onana, the issue is not even about the howlers; it's the baby mistakes he makes, the basics that is causing him issues. But going back to Bayindir, Bayindir is tall. He's a giant of a goalkeeper. He's 6 feet 6. Onana is 6 feet 3, so you can see he's higher, rather taller than Andre Onana. I love his physique. He's built more like our great goalkeepers, the likes of Schmeichel. But Schmeichel was a little bigger, was more muscular, but in terms of height, but most especially, I think in terms of his body, he looks a lot like Van der Sar in terms of his body and physique. So he's small and pink like Van der Sar and tall, so he can dive. So one of his biggest strengths, I think, in football that I know is his diving. He's got very good reflexes, and when he dives, he knows how to stretch and balance his body. And he's so difficult to beat in one-on-ones because of his long legs. I told you, he's 6 feet 6. So his long legs do have saved his former clubs a lot. So those are some of the attributes he has got. He rose through the ranks in 2019, especially at Fenerbahce. Then was quick, of course, to attract attention of Manchester United because of how fast he was growing as a player. He's the first Turkish player to play for Manchester United, so he has got that record on him, and that for me alone gives him the hunger to want and play more than his price tag, which would be good. So the man we are pushing for to start is a potential, he's the number two of Turkey, the national team, but he's a potential starting goalkeeper. So Andre Onana can be rested, and we can be confident that he might not swallow a lot of goals because you don't expect him to come. He's watching this and he's seeing. And as a player, as a goalkeeper at that age, you're saying, I'm seeing the mistakes this man is making day in and day out. I'm with him in training. I see what he's going through. Why am I not playing? So I believe this is the time for me. Andrew Onana needs it a bit, of course, also not to be facing the supporters. It is good this game is away from home, but you still don't think, and I think even that could be something the Newcastle supporters could use to put him off form because he's the target by everyone now. So the Newcastle supporters will know he's an easy target. So behind him in goal, they can make it uncomfortable, too uncomfortable for him, and he costs us goals. So for me, the right thing to do is for Eric Ten Hag to trust ALTAY Bayindir, start him against Newcastle, Onana to rest, not that he will not, you brought him for good. But if ALTAY Bayindir puts in a good shift, it's okay. They are both Eric Ten Hag goalkeepers. I don't want him to, I don't expect him to be more selective of the two, whereas he has worked with Onana longer and known Onana longer probably. So for me, that's what I think. Altel Bindil is a good goalkeeper. He's a good pass of the with the ball on his feet. He's decent with the ball on his feet. Of course, given his height, you don't expect him to be that thorough. But I feel like that ball on his feet style is a bit overrated. I think a goalkeeper still has got to be a goalkeeper, make saves, because Andrew Onana, I think, has had more involvements in passes and what have you for Man United than most of many outfield players, than any goalkeeper. I think is number three, where he has made all these stats with the ball on his feet, but people are still calling him out for baby mistakes when it comes to shot stopping. That's his primary role as a goalkeeper. So for me, I feel like this whole footballing goalkeeper thing is a bit overrated. It's important to initiate play like that, but it's not that you have to be so good like they made us believe Andrew Nana was. You have to be like a midfielder, a sweeping goalkeeper. I think, and at the start he was overdoing it, and I think until he was told, calm down, brother, calm down, don't overdo it. I mean, you're a goalkeeper. That's your first job. So for me, I think Bayindir has got a big chance to prove himself. He has got to be trusted. He can start in between the sticks for United, and we can feel safe that we can actually take on a game. So in my predicted lineup for the game to this evening, I'll have Altel Bayindir in goal, Luke Shaw on the left back. I don't try out things on Newcastle. I would have said Luke Shaw could pull in the middle on the left hand side of the centre back because Eric Ten Hag might not want to play Varane because of their issues, and then Sergio Reguilon comes on the left. But then as still that would be a bit early days on Luke Shaw. I think he has not even got his confidence in the left back position back fully yet. I saw him making a couple of mistakes in Galatasaray, against Galatasaray. So let him focus on perfecting, repicking his form on the left. He's just coming back from a long injury, so let him be on the left. Varane can start on the left hand side of the centre back. Harry Maguire, Wan Bissaka, Kobe Maino, Sofian Amrabat, the two holding midfielders, have Bruno Fernandes as the number 10, Rasmus Højlund as the number 9, have Anthony on the right wing and Alejandro Garnacho on the left. For me, that should be the starting 11. Bayindir should be starting. I think is good enough. Hotspot, subscribe. My name is Webb. What do you think?